Hey, what's up, guys? This video is to explain to you guys how the money loom works, to explain to you guys how these group gifting circles work. So it's simple. Each individual person has to invite 2 more people. And you continue this cycle. It's perpetual. It never stops. You'll always be able to get the money from the group if you keep adding 2 people. It just doesn't stop. So you're the first person. You need to invite 2 people. So this is 3 people total. And then those 2 people both have to invite 2 more people, which brings a total of 7 people. But the 2 people invited 2 more people, which is 2 times 2 is 4. So they invited 4 people, and now you have a total of 7 people. The 3 originals plus the 4 people that were invited from the 2. I know it's confusing, but stay with me. The 4 brand new people each need to invite 2 more people. So you have 7 plus 8 equals 15. So the total circle is 15 people. You don't just have to invite 2 people, you really need to invite 15 or 14 other people other than yourself. Now, once you do this, once you get your group together, you receive the 8 gifts of whatever amount of money you guys decide on. So it's $100 sometimes it's $500. It just depends, right? So once you get your group together, you receive 8 gifts of whatever the amount of money is. The thing is that you invited your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, and you want to see them get paid too. What you don't really realize is that every time you do this, each time 14 people have not been paid. So if you've been paid of these 15 people, once you get paid, well, there's 14 other people. All these other people haven't been paid yet. So we have to get them paid. Now, they say it's not a pyramid scheme because it's a money circle. But in order to really lay it out, it's still a pyramid scheme. I'm going to show you. I made a diagram. So in this diagram, you can see the full group laid out. You, the original, you have to invite 2 people. These 2 both have to invite 2 people. You see, he's inviting 2, he's inviting 2. These 4 people that you invite have to all invite 2 people. So he has to invite 2, he has to invite 2, he has to invite 2, and he has to invite 2. Total of 14 or 15 people are in this group. 14 if you don't include yourself. So these people, the new guys, they all pay to you. But we have to get these other people paid. So we have to get these guys inviting more people. So when this group invites people, these 8 invite more people, then these people will get paid. And then when those 16 invite people, this group will get paid. The problem with this is that every time you invite 14 people, only 1 person is paid. Now, before we dig into what this really looks like, let's do some math.
So we need to figure out how many people we need to add each time this happens. What's the multiplier? So you have 1 person that needs to invite 2, 4, 8. This is actually 14 people. There's 14 invites. So now let's just take 1 random person. We'll take number 10. So invite number 10. There will be 8 of these because there's 8 people here. We need all 8 of these guys to do the same thing. So let's just look at this one invite number 10. So invite number 10 comes over here. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he also has 14 people. So what is this going to do? It's going to produce the same exact thing. 14 more, 14 more. So this is our math. Now we have our basis for our math. This is how we're coming up with the figure. Every single time this happens, we need 14 people times 8. The funny thing about that number, it being 14 times 8, is because each individual person actually needs 8 people. Let's look. 1, in order to get paid, you need 8 people. This is me. You got 2, you got 4. These 8 pay. This is invite number 1. You got 2, you got 4. They all have to invite 2. That's his 8. This guy, he needs 2, he needs 4, and then he needs 8. So everyone actually needs 8 people. This invite, it's the same thing. He needs 2. These 2 have to produce 4, and those 4 have to produce 8. Then he gets paid. Same thing here. He has 2 here. They both have to get 2, which produces 4. Those 2 have to get, or those 4 have to get 2, which produces 8. This is the same with every single person. I know it's a little confusing, but you have to count people who already exist. That's why we're only counting 8. So the first time you invite 14, from invite number 1, if 14 people are invited, if he gets paid, then something would have already happened. So if invite number 1 is getting paid, invite 3 and 4 invited 2 people each, and then invite 7, 8, 9, and 10 had invited 2 people each. So that's his 8. But we can't count these people because they already exist here. But if he's getting paid and there's 8 here, that means that invite number 10 invited 2, invite number 9 invited 2. That's how invite number 1 is getting paid. So now when we move up to invite number 4, you have to count those people. So invite number 4 invited 2 people, but these 2 invited 2 people. That's how invite number 1 got paid. Let's go up and look at it. So when invite number 10 invited 2 people, these 2 were 2 of the 8 that paid invite number 2. I know it's confusing, but this is what they intended to be. They intended to be confusing so that you don't see how it actually works. So let's do some math with a calculator. Before I show you what it looks like, let's just do some math. So we have one group of 14 people. We want to get them all paid. So we need to get 8 people for each one of them. And there's 14. That's why we're getting 14 times 8. 112 people the first time. So in order to pay 14 people, we need 112. So how many people do we need to pay 112? So once we get to 112, how do we pay these guys? Times 8. We need 896 people to pay the 112. Interesting. So if we want to pay the 896 people, or if 896 people get paid, how many people do we add? Times 8. 7,168 people. If we pay these 1,000 or 7,168 people, if we pay these guys, if we get them paid, how many people were added? Times 8. 57,344. Now, if these people all get paid, how many people were added? Because they all need 8 times 8. 458,752 people to pay the 57,000. But what if this 400,000 get paid? How many people would we have needed? Times 8 equals 3,670,016. Now, what if it's still going perfectly and we get all these guys paid? How many people would we have needed? Times 8. Now, this is the problem with this. This is the issue with this whole money scheme. We're going to take the money from 112 people and pay 14. And then you're going to take the money from 900 people and pay 112. Then you're going to take the money from 7,000 people and pay 900. Then you're going to take the money from 57,000 people to pay 7,000 people. You're taking from the masses, and you're giving to the few. You're going to take from 400,000 people and give to 57,000. Then you're going to take from 3 million people, family members, brothers, sisters, cousins, and then you're going to give it to 400,000 people. And then if you pay these guys, you're going to take from 29 million people and pay to 3 million people. So you're taking money from massive amounts of people, a factor of 8, and you're paying it to a minimal amount of people. You'll never get everyone paid. It's going to break down. It breaks down fast. And these are your friends and family involved. This is an evil system. It's not community-based. It's not a blessing. It's not good. Let me just inject a disclaimer before we continue. This math is based off of these people being your family members and friends and you want to get them all paid. It's not based off of the selfish notion that you just invite 2 people and then whatever else happens isn't in your control. That's not realistic. If this is my mom and this is my dad, I'm going to help them get 2 people. If this is my brother and my sister, I'm going to help them get 2 people. So I'm involved. I'm invested in all these people. I'm not just going to leave them to themselves. I'm not going to just invite my friends and family and get paid and not worry about everyone. But if you're selfish, this doesn't apply to you. This is for people who care about their family. And for all the Christians and people who are supposed to be righteous that are involved, who are just throwing people in these groups to get paid, the people who don't care about other people because they're not family, remember the 2 greatest commandments. Or maybe you don't.
It still probably doesn't make any sense. So what I did was I built the diagram out so you could see the devastation of this type of financial plan. Let's back up. So just using this is based off of 3 groups. This is based off of these guys being paid, these guys being paid, and these guys being paid. So you have a total of 45. It's 15 times 3. Let's just, because they're all being paid. So you're being paid, or all your invites are paid. This is 15 people, 15 people, 15 people. So this is 45 people. 45 people are being paid. 45. I stopped to make this video. The reason why I stopped to make the video is because I'm not done yet. I haven't calculated all the people who aren't paid yet. This is what it takes to pay 3 groups of people. But I'm not finished. So I have to make another group of 8 to cover these. I didn't finish. There's still 4 sets of people who aren't on the list. Like, and it's not like you're doing something with random people in the community. You're doing this with your friends and family. You're getting them sucked into a system where they have to invite so many people to get paid that they're not going to get paid. And you're going to burn bridges in your own family. Like, this is outrageous. Don't do this. The process works. The numbers don't. The numbers don't. This doesn't make any sense. These are the numbers. This is how it works. Every single time you make one of these, there's 14 you have to make. You have to do this 14 times. This is insane. I always wanted to help people get themselves together financially. That's why I even investigated this plan. And I looked into this not to tear it down, but to see how it could help our community. After really digging into this process, it's no way that I would recommend this to anyone because of how many people are hurt in the process. Since I was younger, I always wanted to teach people how to handle their finances better, how to handle their credit. And if you guys support this video, you can share it. You can send it to friends and family who are getting involved in this. If you guys really support this video, I'm going to make sure that I get this program running where I'm going to start teaching people about credit, job resources, start trying to change the mentality of our youth so that we can actually build wealth in our communities the right way. This is just another pyramid scheme, another corporate scheme. And people like to use like the corporate triangle and say, the CEO's at the top and it's horrible because he's just sucking the people dry, blah, blah, blah. This is the same exact system. It's where one person's getting rich off of the works of many people. And we saw the numbers. They don't make any sense. By the time 500,000 people have been paid, 7 million haven't. This is ridiculous. So if you guys want to support, you can share this video, let everybody know about it so that they don't get involved in this. And yeah, if you've been involved, if you've been paid out, give people their money back. Give your friends and family their money back. Go get a job or go and work and get your $4,000 or whatever you guys are doing this for, $4,800. Go get your money by working with your own hands. Give them their money back. This is your friends and family involved. And if you're the type of person who's like, oh, it's not my friends and family, I don't care, you're even worse. You're even worse. So that's all I got to say about this situation. It's horrible. Don't do it. The numbers don't add up. It doesn't help the community. All it does is tear us down and spread us apart.